Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we've got a Five of Cups here to start us out with. That's all right. Well, we can work with that, right? That is, that's showing that the emotions are flowing, that things are moving, all right? That's always a good thing. Let's put this into some context, all right? We got that five, and see that it's almost that we're trying to kind of release some emotional blockage in order to really stabilize ourselves, right? And I think that's, well, that's fairly appropriate during the holidays, I would say. But let's see what else we've got here. We've got the moon energy. We've got some clarity here with the Ace of Swords, Seven of Swords. Oh, another Ace, Ace of Pentacles, a Ten of Cups, and a Four of Swords. We've been getting the Four of Swords a lot during the holiday season, and that to me is really this idea of having to pick and choose our battles, right? Well, let's pick and choose our mystery card first here. And this is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're just going to, maybe right there, set it aside. We're going to put our Christmas alien right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, okay? It will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. All right, let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. Yeah. All right, so looking around the room here, we only have one major arcana card, and that's the moon. This is, and it's right above everything too. I feel like you're kind of, there's this uncertainty hanging over your decisions right now, you know? And I think maybe it has to do with some of this water energy that we see right in the middle, you know? It's almost as if you have these emotions, you have these feelings about something, and you're not really sure if you should express them. You're not sure if now's the time to really have this conversation. Again, this has kind of been a pretty common theme during the holidays here, is, you know, we all feel a certain type of way, especially when we get around a large group of people, or, you know, our family and things like this. There's a lot of mixed emotions going on, yeah. So it feels to me like there's this central water is really the issue. We don't have any fire. We definitely have our air, right? We've definitely got the air. And then we've got the earth energy. And the earth energy is interesting because I feel like it's putting our best foot forward, so to speak, right? Let's start with the Five of Cups. You're someone that feels things, you know? I feel like you're a sensitive person. I feel like you don't see things as black and white. People aren't just all good or all bad, right? And situations aren't all good or all bad either. I think there's always this kind of gray area for you. And sometimes it would be easier if things were in black and white, right? Because then it would be pretty, you know, we could distinguish the contrast a little bit easier. But I feel like you know, you've got these mixed emotions about someone or something. It could be a particular person. But I almost wonder if it's about not even so much, you know, a friend or a family member here, but I think you're having these mixed feelings about what to do next, right? And maybe what to do next has to do with confronting someone or having this conversation or getting things out in the open, you know, that sort of theme that is common during the holidays. But I think what you're primarily concerned about is what is going to be the right move for you in order to secure this stability in your life. And now maybe this is a financial thing. Maybe we're kind of, we're having these feelings about what's coming next in our life, we feel a deep connection with what we're doing, but is that deep connection also translating to financial security, right? We could have this intense passion and love for something, but it's not going to pay the bills, right? At the same time, we have this idea of kind of shoring yourself up, sandbagging your foundation, right? So that you can withstand the flood of emotions. Now, these two cards here together, they say that you have to be very prepared when you go into this family gathering, if that's what's going on with you. Because of all the emotions, it's going to be really a lot of waves crashing against your shores. And we don't want to be too affected. We don't want that to knock us kind of out of balance, right? So I think for a lot of you, this is talking about the really intense emotional situation that you are sort of willingly putting yourself in today, right? It's the holidays. This is the time of year for that. Again, it's kind of it's a common thing. But we have to make sure that the situation we're entering into is not going to knock us off course, is not going to threaten our stability, right? Because this is earthly power. This is financial stability, but it's also general health and well-being. It's physical health, balance, stability, but also mental, emotional, also spiritual, right? Because the earth cards contain all of the other elements, all right? So it seems to me, especially looking at the cards kind of over top like this, it seems like there is this emotional situation that you're walking into, and we're trying to find some sort of stability there. We're trying not to let this throw us off course, although we don't really know what to expect going into the situation. Okay. Now, this could be a work situation. It could be a business deal. It could be your next kind of move career-wise. This could be a family gathering that's going on like today, right? Like in a few hours. However this is resonating with you, there's no way for us to know for certain what is going to happen later on, okay? We can never be, now this is the moon card. This is up above everything. This is kind of the shadow of the whole, really the whole reading in a nutshell. You never know what tomorrow will bring. We can be 99.9% sure the sun will rise tomorrow, but we can never be absolutely sure until we see it, until we bear witness to it, okay? So I think a lot of these cards are saying, look, prepare for the worst, hope for the best, protect yourself, stabilize yourself, protect your foundations, and then go into this uncertainty as prepared as you possibly can, okay? And bear witness to what is coming tomorrow. Yeah. And I think ultimately what's coming is it's not going to be as bad as you think. I think we're expecting to be really emotionally overwhelmed, bombarded with emotions. But I think at the end of the day, you're going to have done this preparation, and it's not going to be as bad as you think, right? I wonder if you're going into this situation thinking it's going to be a complete disaster. Here's the 10 of Swords. This is absolute ruin. This is everything really just crashing down. This is a glass house and everybody's throwing stones. Yeah. And this feels like the expectation, or maybe this is kind of how it's always happened. This is something that we're familiar with. So we're kind of saying, well, it's just going to be the same as it always is, right? But I like that we're kind of contrasted with the Ace of Swords here in the, well, what would be the future position. Because this is the exact opposite. This is now not a glass house and everybody is throwing stones. This is everybody's on the same page. Everybody's rallying together. I wonder if there's something going on in the family or the work situation or the friend group or wherever this situation's taking place for you. I wonder if there's something else going on that is kind of like a cause for everybody to rally around. You know, it usually would be this disaster, right? Glass house. But for some reason right now, there's something else going on, something that trumps kind of the usual nonsense, you know, something more serious that everybody needs to come together, needs to unite in order to face something else. Maybe, I don't know if there's an illness in the family or something, or some other situation where everybody's kind of coming together, right? And this is kind of the other option. I think you're going into this situation thinking, well, it's either going to be a complete disaster or everybody's going to come together and be united behind this common cause with a common mission. We don't know which is the answer, right? So we have to be prepared for the absolute worst. And this this Prince of Cups down here beneath the surface, is this a sibling of yours? Maybe a Scorpio? I feel like maybe this person is part of what everyone's going to be uniting behind. I don't know if there's something going on with this person, if they're the ones with the illness, or something to do with this person and their need of everyone's support right now. Okay. I think this card's also really talking about your sensitivity and your ability to kind of walk into a room and immediately feel the emotions. Like you can just probably just walk up the driveway and think, I already know what's going on in there. You know, it's that kind of sensitivity. But that sensitivity could really be this, it could be a bias, right? It could be this expectation that we have of complete disaster. And so then before we even get in the room, because see, the Four of Pentacles kind of like that room, you know. Before we even get in there, we think, oh, this is going to be terrible. You know, we're already kind of projecting our expectation onto that situation. Well, let's go to the path of the serpent now. And as I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. And leave some comments for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. All right, I appreciate you. Okay, Seven of Swords here. This is kind of what I mean, or it's uncertain. We don't know which way it's going to go. It could either lean toward the ace, it could lean toward the 10. The 7, you know, it's not really in the middle. We're kind of biased towards the 10, but we're really maybe hoping for the ace. But this is the idea that I think you have this commitment to yourself that you're going to be okay no matter what happens, right? No matter what is thrown at you. And this is the Ace of Swords right in the middle. You are staying the course. You have an objective here. Maybe this objective is to get through this situation unscathed. Maybe this is to communicate something, express something. Maybe this is to make an announcement. We do have this idea of the Ace of Pentacles in the future, in the environment position. So as a kind of a hint toward the future, I wonder if there's something big that you're announcing to this group today, whether it's family, friends, whether it's your employer. Maybe you're not announcing it today, but I think that this is kind of what's coming in the future for you, is this Ace of Pentacles, maybe a new opportunity, maybe a move, something that you're not really sure how everybody's going to react, you know? And this could be part of the kind of the dichotomy that we have, this duality we have. When you do kind of talk about your next move here, which I think is this Ace of Pentacles, it's either going to be received very poorly or received very well, but you have to stay committed to your plan. This is kind of going along with this Seven of Swords too. No matter what the reaction is, it's not going to push you off of this decision. It's not going to deter you. It's not going to alter your plans. Okay? I think you have big plans. I think this ace really is talking about what the next move is for you. Now, I don't care if this is a family thing, if this is a work thing, however this is resonating with you. I think you've made a big decision, and let's say in the new year, this is where you're really putting all of your efforts. And this, I think, is a new path, a new course of action. Maybe you're relocating, maybe it's a new career, maybe this is a new relationship. Because this card is, you know, in the position of relationships, environment. It's something new for you that I think you are uncertain of the response that you'll get about it. Now, the Ten of Cups here. The Ten of Cups is usually a pretty good card, and it's it's quite appropriate for the holidays, I think. We all tend to kind of overindulge during the holidays. You know, we eat too much, we drink too much. And this is that card. This is the card that has just had too much of something good, you know, or too much of any kind of emotional stimulation. Yeah. So I think this is the card that we don't want. We don't want to feel kind of overrun by the other party here, if this is employer, if this is friends, family. Because this is a lot of emotional pressure. It's almost manipulation, really. Putting all of this heavy emotion on you, guilt and worry and all this kind of stuff that is meant in a very subtle way, maybe not so subtle, meant to get you to change your mind about something, right? I'm sure you've had experiences like that where you've had to make a decision and other people disagree with that decision and they kind of throw this guilt trip on you. They have this emotional reaction that is meant to kind of make you unstable, throw you off, you know, but you're staying the course. So you're expecting this. You know it's going to be a very emotional conversation, but with this Four of Swords, it's not going to be as bad as you thought. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at the end of the day that this went over a lot easier than maybe it has in the past or that you expected it to. But the important thing is, I think with all this air energy here, is to understand what your expectations are in the situation. Don't project that expectation and really kind of, it'd be like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Don't waver in your decisions, right? Don't be manipulated or swayed by the emotional energy that's going to be coming at you. But most of all, don't feel like you have to defend your position or argue or fight or anything like that. The Four of Swords is kind of saying, don't engage. Make your announcement, make your statement or whatever it is. And you can listen to the feedback if you want, but that is your statement. And it's almost like, you know, press conference and you're not taking any questions, you know. Don't engage with that emotional kind of arguing. Yeah. And I think you'll maintain this stability that we want to have with that Four of Pentacles now, the Four of Swords. Stabilize your mind, right, and your emotions for sure. And the emotional part's going to be difficult, right? We got a 10, we got a 5. But let's look at the mystery card. Yeah, let's see what's going on here. Thank you, Alien Simon Mork Ripley. I'm kind of expecting some fire just because we don't have any fire here. And I think the fire is good. We don't want really a lot of fire because that to me would be a lot of like conflict, you know. It'd be really heated in there. And we kind of want to keep things mellow. But I think now we're kind of being overrun with some of this water energy. So maybe a little bit of fire would be good. Yeah. So I'm thinking, well, maybe an Ace of Wands, really, because we've had the Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands would be nice. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments, okay? Let's see what we have. Well, we've got the Magician. This is quite appropriate, I think. This is kind of the idea that you have to have this, you have to have a vision of how you want it to go. Right? And because we've got all this air energy, I think we're expecting it to be not so pleasant. Let's visualize, let's envision the perfect scenario here. And then we'll go into this situation trying to create that, right? And that I think will give us the best chances of resisting all of the emotional energy coming at us. Because this is a card that says you're in control of your reality. If you expect it to be miserable, it's going to be miserable. If you expect it to be not so bad, then it won't be so bad, right? You're in control. You're the one that's running the show. Let's say you're the magician, kind of on stage. Whatever emotions you want there to be, that's what you kind of have to create. You know, if you're telling somebody something, if you do it with a lot of excitement and you focus on the positive and you phrase things in a positive way, they might kind of catch on with that and feel it. But if you're already kind of in a defensive position, and I know it's bad, but then that's going to be the emotion that we create, right? The emotional reality. So I think this is a really good card, and I'm curious what you're doing in the future, what this Ace of Pentacles is, what your next move is. But I feel like as you make this statement, as you have this conversation, as you reveal your plans to whatever it is, your employer, friends, family, I think it's going to release something in you. You know, it's kind of like things don't really get real until the plans are revealed. Right now, it's almost like there's nothing holding you back. There's nothing left to do but just kind of move forward into this next step, you know, into this new direction. So this is kind of the almost the big reveal in a way that kind of makes it more real for you, right? Once you kind of make this statement or have this conversation, then it really is, now it's a legit plan. You know, now things are really in motion. Yeah. So I like this. I think this is going to be very good for you. I really do. We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, click on the link either above or below in the video description. New readings for Aquarius, Mondays and Thursdays, but I'm here every day, so just come see me again tomorrow. Okay. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free, doesn't cost you anything. Leave some comments for me. I love to hear from all of you. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.